Hey, I guess it's kind of good afternoon now. It seems like morning still. Welcome, PNS booth, Team Double Black. We're here at SEMA, and we've got a really cool panel right now. Is what we're going to do is we're going to talk about add-on services. And so we're going to have each panelist introduce themselves and then what's unique about their company. We do have on each end down here, we've got owner-operators. And so it's really important that we kind of explain that from the owner-operator perspective, right? But also we've got some really unique manufacturers up here that are going to be able to talk about how to make a few bucks extra within your business. And they're going to uniquely come from their own angles because these are all services that we really believe in. Now, there's a lot of other things. Jason's going to share what he does within his business. There's a lot of other things. We don't have enough room in the booth to add on all the different things that you can add on some money with, right? But we're going to start here. So we'll start down to my left. Jason will start there. Introduce yourself. And then also go into a little bit of detail about all the different things, add-ons that your shop does.
What's up, everybody? My name is
Hello.
There he goes. I heard it for a second.
Hello.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jason.
Not going. Hold on 1 second. Try that one. There we go.
Does this one work? There we go.
All right, my name is Jason, Chicago Auto Pros. Own 2 different shops, have 60 employees, so it's important for us to have all kinds of services. Being in the Midwest, we have to deal with winter, so we have to find unique ways to make sure that we stay busy the entire year. So as far as our business, add-on services, we've implemented paint protection film, window tint, powder coating, and just as many things as we can to be able to survive. So happy to be here. Thank you, Renny.
There you go. And so as you guys talk, make sure that you put your mic literally right at the base of your chin, about an inch away from your chin. So you know what, Jason, your beard's going to actually tickle the mic a little bit. That's okay. If we get it tangled up a little bit, we'll be gentle. We won't pull it away too hard. All right, here we go. Next down the line,
Okay.
we got two representatives this time. So let's jump into it.
Hello, I am Shauna Davis with Equalizer Auto Glass Tools. We manufacture and distribute auto glass removal and replacement and repair tools all over the world. We love to have training in-house on all of our products too. We see a lot of shops bringing glass in-house and adding on like windshield repair. They usually start out like that. And so on and so forth. we do. My role is the sales director, and I travel over the world training people on our product line, how to use it, and also the tech support of it. And then behind me is.
So take a sip of water. My name is Shannon Kern. I'm the education program director for Auto Glass Academy, and I do work for Equalizer Tools as well. And we have a 5-day-long course that covers AGRA certification on auto glass replacement. We also include training on rock chip repair. And I see a tremendous amount of people entering the industry because there's a big shortage since the pandemic. Lots of tinting shops, collision repair, all adding auto glass replacement and rock chip repair to the services they provide. So very interesting things happening in the industry and legislation, and it's a very exciting time.
Hey everybody. Oh boy, I'm so loud. Everyone, I'm Spencer Goldstein from Ragtop Products. What we do is a 2-part system cleaner and protectant for convertible tops. It's a very easy system, very easy for detailers, and it's the only manufacturer approved convertible top system out there. So it's the one to use. And that's about it.
Hey everybody, my name is Chris West with Solution Finish. I manufacture
I think everybody out here knows who you are.
a trim restoring product.
If you don't, this is Chris West. That's the end of the story. He's just super cool.
Anyway, I probably know least amount about add-ons than the crew up here, but through the years, what I've tried to do on my workshops and helping detailers is to show them that you can use Solution Finish as an add-on in your business. What they do is, let's say if they have a detailing package and it comes with a silicone-based dressing as part of the package. As they sell it, they could say, or we can restore your plastic, vinyl, and rubber with a product that will last 5, 10 times, 20 times longer than just a silicone-based product. So a lot of guys will have, as part of their services, to restore all the plastic, vinyl, rubber on a vehicle. You know, you got the avalanches, you got the Hondas. I mean, it just goes on and on. Where, especially now with all the plastic on vehicles, so they use Solution Finish as an add-on. You know, and I manufacture Solution Finish in Huntington Beach, and we're a true manufacturer. We do everything in-house. We don't outsource anything. The chemicals come in, we bottle, cap, ship, label. Everything's in-house from one end to the other. So we're just a manufacturer of a pretty cool product.
Hey, and you got to put it up with your left hand. Put your left hand up. I got my starter kit. So see, not as much as you.
There you
So,
go.
but yeah, see, I got that. So right on, Tony.
Thank you for that.
Hey, thanks a lot, Renny. Tony Pando with Dr. Color Chip. We make an automotive paint touch-up system that's both for retail and commercial purposes. We've been doing this for 22 years, and we've kind of found that 90% of cars out there have stone chips, scratches, or door edge, problems. And we found that a lot of detailers, car dealerships, and whatnot can use our product, and it's needed, quite frankly. And for incremental revenue streams, I know Renny and I have done a few of these podcasts before where at the end of the day, you don't just make money selling hamburgers, right, Renny?
That's going to be one of the first questions we get into. Exactly that.
I know that one. And so, whatever it is, if you can add it on, you can make your customer happier and you can make more money. So Dr. Color Chip is a good source for that. Much like Chris, we invented it. We're not sourcing it from another country. We're not a broker. Dan McCool, the founder of the company, invented this, and it's our product. So it's a lot of fun to do. Thanks.
Jim Goguen, Jim's Auto Installations and Detailing Center. We're the North Shore Auto Spa out of Ipswich, Mass. We, on top of doing detailing, we do a lot of truck accessories, window tint, some car audio work, remote starts. So, in the Northeast in the winter, we have to find something to fill in, also along with detailing. And we found that the accessory market, especially being here at SEMA, has really been a good add-on for us.
That's great. Well, hey, really appreciate this. Let's jump right into it. Did you guys know what kind of margins? What kind of margins does fast food add to their bottom line? I'm talking pure profits on add-ons. Anybody want to take a stab at that? 40%. 40%. Anybody else?
60.
Yeah.
More.
The range depends on the restaurant. Is that Chick-fil-A is one of the most profitable. They can hit 60% add-on margins to every order with that. The average industry is a little over 40%. So can't we take a lesson from other industries? Because this is an amazing thing is how many vehicles, we've got a great panel up here, is that how many vehicles have chips in the windows? How many vehicles have chips on the paint? How many vehicles, the percentage-wise, have faded plastic? How many convertible tops do you get into your shop? All these different things. So with this, what's really, and we're going to start with Jim, we're going to go down to your end this time and go here. What's really in demand from your standpoint as an operator? What in your market, what are you seeing a lot of it? Any trends, anything coming back, or is there something new that's going on in add-on services?
One of our most popular would probably be adding, floor mats and mud guards to vehicles. It's an easy add-on. On some cases, if you sell, front row, second row and cargo, you can make as much money off of the floor mats as an interior exterior with little or no work.
Pretty amazing. Now, Tony, going right down the line, if you go over to the booth, it's not a hidden secret anymore. I knew about this secret a little before most people did, but you've partnered up with a pretty popular brand right now, and that's Tesla. And so you guys are making colors and kits with Tesla. But what are you seeing? You seeing any new trends, or is covering rock chip, is it growing? What's happening in your sector?
Well, I think rock chips have always been there, right? And at the end of the day, if you are here at SEMA or walk this area here, how many paint protection film companies are there? How many companies are out there doing ceramics? And for us, as I said a little while ago, 90% of cars have stone chips or some type of damage. And if you want to do a proper repair and put a film on, or you want to detail a car, you're never done detailing a car if you still got stone chips. But for the films, our process, it's day and night better. So, you're not only making money, right? But you're doing a better service for your customer. So with the films and the coatings and things like that, that's a big thing right now. And it's just really helping us because that awareness is heightened. So films and coatings are a big deal.
That's cool. Good answer. Now, Chris, let's go into this a little bit. So when it comes to plastic, faded plastic, really, we've got some iconic vehicles of the past that were prone to have really big problems. But really, in reality, we're seeing cars that are 1 or 2 years old that the plastic's already deteriorating. So what's going on from your perspective? What are you seeing?
Well, what happens is most of the manufacturers, like everybody, is trying to make more profit. So plastic, pure plastic doesn't oxidize. What happens is the cheaper the plastic, the more it oxidizes. And what that is it's the impurities and the fillers that they put in the plastic. So when you see like a Saturn start oxidizing in 8 months, Mercedes, BMW, may take 2 years, but it all starts oxidizing. Now what you're seeing is some of the manufacturers, they're putting more fillers and more additives in the plastic process, even in the nicer vehicles. And that's why they're starting to oxidize much quicker. And up here, I'm probably the least one to ask about add-ons, but I know a little bit about business. And what happens is most detailers confuse upselling with add-ons. An upsell would be they come in for a car wash and you sell them a detail. They come in for a detail and you sell them a 2-part paint correction. That's an upsell. The add-ons is once they've already decided what product or what service they're going to use, then you can look around and say, look, I noticed when I was evaluating the car, you got a burn in your seat. I can help you with that. Leather repair, windshield repair, restoring headlights, paintless dent repair, and touch-up. So
touch that sucker with that beer.
I'm shy, so I'd rather just, but so if you're a detailer, if you're a detailer and you're struggling and you don't have your add-on pitch down and know what services you can add on and make more money, because an upsell and add-on, both options make the customer spend more money. But if you get good on add-ons through the whole year, you could get that 40% more of bottom line than just giving them your service and calling. You do a real good job. You sell them a spray to help maintain what you just accomplished. So
that's talking like an entrepreneur right there. All right, convertible world. We're going to talk about that a little bit because it's dependent on the marketplace. There's a lot of convertibles out there, and a lot of service centers, a lot of technicians aren't even looking at the convertible as a profit center. So what's going on with you guys?
Thanks, Renny. So what's going on? Convertible tops have not changed. We're partnered with a company that's been doing them almost the same way for 110 years. And what's really not changed is people, when they get convertibles, don't know what to do with them. So it's about that education process. It's about having the right products for it. I'm sorry, Ray. Tell me what was the question again.
So,
I think
you
I
know,
messed this up
what-
already. I
so-
can't tell. I also don't know if I'm on an add-on or
Hey,
or
you know,
upsell category. I might be both.
It's okay because it's Thursday at SEMA, and none of us know what we're talking about.
Oh,
you know?
I was out of your party
So,
all
yeah,
night last
yeah,
night.
exactly.
So
Well,
you,
I guess that, yeah, we got it. Well, that's
I'm
why
still
we
a
did
little
this at
bit.
1
Everything's
o'clock.
still.
So, right now you've got Broncos. How many? We were talking this at your booth the other day. The Bronco Malone guys, when they introduced that, very, very few hard tops. And so we've got an opportunity to not just cleanse and clean on a Broncos. How many Broncos have they made just in the last year since the introduction, or a year and a half? Is look at every time that a convertible comes in, is there's an opportunity to not just clean it, but to condition it and protect it. And so, are you seeing a trend where are you growing? Are things looking up? And are detailers really getting it, or is it a consumer-based service that's going on?
Well, it's a little bit of all those things, right? I mean, convertible sales make up about 2% of all auto sales in the country. But now we've seen that SUV soft tops are making a big comeback now. And people start seeing these Jeeps, and the Broncos obviously a big thing. They've already sold hundreds of thousands of them, and they got wait lists for them and all kinds of stuff. But it's the same as people don't know what to do with it.
Interesting point that you made the other day is that the same manufacturers of the tops that make tops for Jeeps and kind of entry-level convertibles are the same manufacturers that make products for Porsche and other high-end brands. Is that true?
Yeah, it's exactly true. That is Hearts. I've mentioned several times that we are partnered with. We make a manufacturer-approved product, and we're the only manufacturer-approved cleaning protective system for convertible tops. But that's the thing. It's exactly the same fabric between a Jeep top, a Bronco top, and a BMW top.
Interesting. So every time you see this, every time you look at a convertible coming in, especially like Diane, my wife's got an older 21-year-old Porsche. That top looks amazingly well. It's the original top, and the reason why is that it was maintained right. It was the right products and everything else on it. So, all right, next topic. This is a big one because legislation plays a part into windshield repair. And I'm going to tell you, depending on where you live, we had an office in Sun Valley, Idaho. And I'm going to tell you we were huge into windshield repair. When I sold the company, we were looking at getting into windshield replacement. It was that lucrative. The thing that was amazing is we had a number of 82% of every vehicle we touched had a rock chip in it. 82%. That means 82% of your customers, you've got an opportunity to make a higher margin realizing service than what you average do. So on to it, ladies.
Well, you got her excited on the legend.
I've never seen you shy. Come on, man. I saw you in Germany.
Right,
Come on,
I know.
Yeah, you know what?
I'll
Where's
warm
our
up in a
Germans at?
minute.
We need like 3
Where's
beers
the Germans
up here.
at, right?
Yeah.
Well, you got her excited on the legislation word, so I'll touch on the windshield repair. The thing about customers, whenever they come in for a windshield repair, you have to inform them that it's a cosmetic. It's something that you cover up. It's not necessarily going completely away. And whenever shops want to get into windshield repair, we train them on that. But we also advise them to learn about replacement, because that customer will come back and be like, oh, I still see it. Or maybe they get another one and it's just going to keep happening. And nothing's better than a great new shiny windshield that's all crack free. And talk about some add-ons, if I can touch on that. What we also do when we go into collision shops, when they're bringing in auto glass and things like that, is just wipers or the cowl molding, that nice, clean, pretty molding that the old one is all brittle and cracked and everything, and it makes such a world of difference whenever you're replacing that windshield and all of that. But legislation, I'll pass this over to Shannon, because she handles a lot of that on the certification side. Shops are starting, there's laws passing that they are required to, abide by certain rules and get certain certifications. So here you go, Shannon.
Yeah, there's a lot of legislation going on right now in certain states in regards to AGRA certification for auto glass replacement. So it's been a long time coming. It's kind of astounding that there hasn't been legislation for these things, because replacing that windshield's a structural component of the vehicle meant to keep you in the vehicle. So just any guy going and doing a job like that and maybe taking shortcuts because they're not taught on the correct standards for that, it's a big problem. There's also a lot of legislation that's being introduced in regards to calibration, ADAS, advanced driver assistance system. So anybody that's driving a vehicle that has a camera in the windshield, which so many of them do now, they need to get that camera recalibrated whenever they replace the windshield. And consumers are completely uneducated about this. So it's our job as an industry to educate them on the need for that. And that's an excellent add-on for auto glass replacement shops.
Well, to me, that means as a shop, that means a little more money. You know,
a lot more money.
Do that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like the sounds of that. Perfect. All right. So Jason, now I'm going to kind of bait you a little bit.
All right.
Because I watch your videos. I am a fanboy.
Oh, thank you.
Not stocking level, but I'm pretty close. I watch pretty much everything you turn out, but you're really it's the PPF side's real energetic with you. I like watching the PPF side, so I'm sure I know you guys offer a lot more.
Yes,
but jump in, buddy.
New car owners, when you buy a new car, your wallet's pretty much open to anything. So whether it's PPF, whether it's ceramic coating, floor mats, windshield protection, vinyl add-ons. I mean, it's really easy. We have a lot of customers that come into the shop that buy all of our services. They get the ceramic coating, they get the paint protection film, they get the window tint, and they're like, what else do you offer? Their wallets are literally open. They're looking for things to spend more on their car. That's their baby. When you have babies, your wallet's open too. You give that baby the best thing that it could, possibly have. It's the same thing with new cars. They want to spend money and paint protection film, window tinting, the ceramic coatings, the wheels. It's open.
What do you see right now? What's a real hot ticket? What's just people are just coming in and say, take my money.
Well, you see it here in SEMA. You have like 60 paint protection booths, paint protection film. I mean, I think that is the best way to protect a car, is to, wrap it in a little bubble right away. If you want it to stay new as long as possible, wrap it with a bunch of plastic, you're good to go.
I like it. So let's talk a little bit about outsourcing. Is that we've got, this is probably more towards the PPF and some of the more demanding, maybe even now with the windshields getting sophisticated and everything else, is that I hear this a lot. Man, I can't add anything to my business. I'm too busy. But yet we've got shops in our own network that they're going to go out and find really high-end craftsmen. They're going to pay them retail, and they're putting their own markup on it. And so let's jump into that. We're going to start in the middle a little bit. You guys are a little off from this, but give me a little input from each one of you guys, and then we'll work our way outwards. And you can say I got nothing too. That's okay. I got nothing is a good answer. So how about this? We'll have Tony start into this. We'll do this now. Tony, I'll tell you how I worked it. I'll lead you into this kind of where I'm looking for this. Is that we were slammed. I didn't have time to take and do all the paint chip. I didn't have time to do all the Dr. Color chip. What I did is I trained up one of my guys, and that was their specialty. And so it wasn't an outsource; it was an in-house specialist. They handled that for us. So there's where we're going.
So when Dan McCool founded the company, the way that Dr. Color Chip came into being was he serviced cars at car dealerships. And then he invented this little DIY kit and so on and so forth. And he didn't have time to go to car dealerships anymore. And now here we are 20 plus years later, and we don't service cars anymore. But what we do is we have a lot of friends in the industry, between the Detail Mafia, Detailing Success, P&S, everybody out there is who we, quite frankly, outsource to. And when people inquire of us, do you do this? And they're in LA, we're going to send them to Carlos, So, that's how we would outsource. Now, in terms of technicians and whatnot, how they outsource, there's 24 hours in a day. And I think one of the things to just maybe think about is prioritizing margins to a certain degree, but also there's always time to do things if I work the right way.
I like that. So ladies, are any of your shops, are you guys seeing that happen now with the more sophisticated glass, or maybe some of the more the mobile guys or something like that are outsourcing some of the more difficult work? Is that happening in the industry?
I turn this on.
we see them bringing like a specialty, like training somebody, the shop guy, or a porter or something like that. We see them training, like what you were saying, insourcing, if you will, on some of that mobile. You want to talk?
Yeah, I mean, there's some things like in regards to calibration. If it's a mobile shop, they're obviously doing that to kind of save on overhead, so they can make a little bit more money. But then there's an issue when there's a need for calibration and they're not able to perform it because they don't have a shop.
That makes sense.
So that's one thing they'd have to outsource. But the majority of the people that we're seeing that are our customers are trying to add these services and quit paying other companies to do those services and bring it all in-house so they can make more money.
I got it. Jason, do you guys outsource anything, or is it all in-house?
No, I think it's great as a business owner, building relationships with body shops or powder coating shops. This is a great way to add on services.
Answer.
You may not necessarily do the service in-house, but we've done services like repainting bumpers where we send it to a body shop and then we'll actually take a cut. So they'll give us like 20 or 30% back just for making that referral. So making those relationships with other types of businesses, and they're usually happy to give you kind of a referral fee. So you make money by doing nothing, just making the relationship happen.
I dig it. Jim, so you do some pretty sophisticated stuff. I mean, some of your stuff on the electronic side of things, you outsource anything? It's all in-house.
The car audio, everything was in-house. I mean, that market's slowly starting to go away. But one of our biggest things is paintless dent removal. We have a guy that's available to us every Monday and Wednesday, and he's worth his weight in gold. He shows up, and customers. It's a nice thing that we sometimes plan in advance, but we'll inspect the vehicles when they get dropped off.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna go back to our wipe and go guys. Okay, so we're gonna see what you guys got. Really, on your guys' side, this is a testimony to your systems. Pretty damn easy. You don't really have to outsource anything. You have to insource it and make time to do it, but you got to recognize it. Does that make sense? Look at the plastics. Look at the tops of a convertible tops coming in. It's pretty simple as that. Just a lot of the times, my guys, I was like, okay, guys, hey, did we sell a deep cleanse and protection package on that convertible Porsche out there? No. And I said, guys, it's a convertible. Why aren't we upselling? It's just taking note of what you're working at, right? Makes sense? Okay, look at that. I brought you guys into the conversation. We got that. We got that right out of the way. Okay, so what right now? This is going to be cool. Now you guys are going to be more. This is going to be more active. What's these services mean to the bottom line? What can a shop expect to add on profit wise if they really go out and market? Ideally, what kind of money can they bring in? So, Jason, we're going to start at you this time.
It could be very profitable. Certain things I think of like interior coatings, like leather and fabric coatings. Those are services that you can do within an hour and a half, and the product cost is very minimal, and you can charge, $300, $400, $500 to be able to do this. So as a profit, I mean, if you can do it in an hour, that's $400 right on your bottom line, and it didn't take you that long to do.
Hey, you hit something really important, okay? Both of you guys as operators, you guys offer some pretty sophisticated services that you're not going to go out and learn overnight, right? It's going to take some time. You just nailed it. Maybe start with the simple stuff. There's a lot of low-lying fruit that you can pick off a tree that doesn't take a lot of a serious skill set, and yet that will allow you, those profits will allow you to jump back into the more sophisticated items that you guys do. So now we're going to go back over to our other operator and ask him that same thing. Jim, go ahead and give us an answer to that. What kind of profits can that add to your bottom line on the things you're doing?
Sure. I mean, it can add an awful lot. And then it's the convenience factor. So someone comes in with a brand new vehicle and we're going to ceramic coat it. We're going to also sell them a tonneau cover, some floor mats, some mud guards, rain guards, window tint. So all those extras may actually add up being more than the ceramic coat, but it's fast and it's done.
Just nailed it.
And there's no liability on it.
Just nailed it.
So if you're using high quality products, we can do all that in an hour and a half versus 6 to 8 hours doing the ceramic coat, and then we need to stand behind that.
All right,
So.
I love it. Okay, Glass Girls, that's what we're going to call you.
Got it.
So,
I'm on this one.
so let's take a reality. Is that this is going to be an add-on service to a shop? What are your shops that you're seeing? Your successful shops that are really paying attention and really marketing. What are they? What's the investment in an entry-level system? What's an investment in a kind of? I've seen your automated system that I was blown away. Right? But what are we people getting into? How much are you going to cost them to get into it? And what kind of money they turn in per service?
So windshield repair, we have. I always like to say we have a tool for every job, and a price point budget. So we offer 3 different windshield repair systems, and they range from a startup kit, simple kit could be $150, and the more sophisticated kit, the automated one that you're talking about, can go up to $2,700, which the return on their investment after doing 30 repairs or something like that pays for that automated system. The simpler system, obviously, right on. Sorry, what else?
That nailed it right there. That nailed it. So here's I always tell people this. Jay, you guys do your job. Your shop does a great job. Your shop does a great job. If you want to take and be able to charge the other guys, you got to look like you're worthy of charging more than the other guys. You can't have a bunch of shit laying around your shop and a bunch of Home Depot crap. Your guys' systems are impressive. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to get into windshield repair, just go ahead and bite off the bullet. Get that automated system. Here's why. If I walk into your shop as a car crazy person, an entrepreneur with a few bucks, and you put that machine up there and you tell me this thing's going to get it perfect and it's all artificial intelligence, I'm going to say, take my money, because just the looks of it alone is impressive. So a quick funny story, how we met. We're at Auto Mechanica, pre-COVID. I see these guys, they're having a ball over this booth across from the working at with Flex. All of a sudden I look over and they're wearing cowboy hats and cowboy boots. And I said, yeah, they're from Texas. Sure enough, where are you guys out of?
We're out of Round Rock, Texas.
There you
just
go.
North of Austin.
So we had a ball in Germany. We went and got in trouble. I think we got thrown out of a few places, but we had a good time. All right, so now we'll go back over to the other side of the house. Tony, what's your average cost per service? What are people charging to do the front end of a car with rock chips?
Well, I think there's a couple, two things. Number one, it's the satisfaction of your customers, and when you have a happy customer, they're going to come back, right? So if you can make the car look better and you can fix 6 chips in 5 minutes and charge that customer a minimum of $100, you guys can extrapolate it out from there. The average repair we say takes 15 minutes. Most repairs take about 6 or 7 minutes. And at the end of the day, people are afraid of paint, and they're afraid of putting paint on their car, and they will gladly, as you said, open their wallet to have you fix those stone chips, scratches, and door edges. So if you can make a customer very happy and you can make a couple $300 an hour easily, that's kind of how it works for us.
I'll tell you, when I met with their system, we're an early buyer into their system. Our shop was doing about $1 million a year. Our goal was 25% of the cars that we did was getting rock chipped repaired. And the reason why is the margins were so damn high, is that it was the time frame, but you just nailed it as an entrepreneur. The satisfaction people got and the gratification they had from they thought it was a body shop repair. We go in and make it look 90% better, and it only cost them $150. They're all over it.
And if I could just add, one of the things that one of our friends here, one of Detail Mafia folks was saying is you can, if you have if you're doing a ceramic coating or some type of a job that's $1,000 or $2,000, whatever it is, and you say, you know that it's going to take you 5 minutes to fix those 6 chips, and you say, Mr. Jones, tell you what, I'm going to fix that paint on your car. I'm going to fix those chips. I'm going to throw that in for free, because it's going to take you 5 minutes. That customer is ingratiated to you.
You just created a fan.
I don't appreciate that language.
I would like to say something on the automated system. So what's cool about that system alone is if you're doing other work on the car, you just set it up and you're able to do all of your other things. You can multitask, and it's doing all the job for you. So
I'm telling you, man, you guys showed that to me at the last SEMA, and we said, hey, by the next SEMA, be engaged. Well, we had a couple, damn COVID. Okay, so now we're going to go back in, and Solution Finish. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't drink the stuff, but we use a lot of it. It's a really nice add-on for those that, especially if you're in a market where there's a lot of winter or there's a lot of sun exposure. And so what are people getting off of? Let's say that you've got not one of your big trucks that got all the plastic on it, the average vehicle. What are people charging for that add-on services for re-dyeing that plastic and what's it costing them?
It all depends on what they're doing. A lot of guys will they'll add on the restoring, but what they'll do is they'll sell their package first. If a guy's spending, $600, $700, $800 for the work, he says, "Look, I'll give you a $160 trim restoring package or service for $65, $85 if you're spending that kind of money." Typically, if a guy just wants to have his running boards, quarter panels, cab extension, tonneau cover, mirrors, luggage rack, cowl done, the average is about $125. And on the average, you're spending about $4 in material. It takes them about a half an hour. So it when you're in the process, it's real easy to do. And I'm not as smart as some people, but I've observed what I think some clever detailers have done. And one thing, I went into a guy's shop and he had a list of all the services he provides. And I looked at him and went, wow, you do that? And he goes, no. You don't do window tinting? No. You don't do protective film? No. What he's done is he's in an area that he's made arrangements with the shops, and the communication with your client is really important. Instead of just jumping in and talking about what you're going to do, how long have you had the car? Do you love it? Get to know the customer and how they feel about it. I don't like cars, so I go through car washes. I beat the shit out of them and get a new one. But some people are
I just puked in my mouth.
Yeah, they're very particular. Well, if you find out what somebody wants to do in the future, you can start grooming them towards that, making a note. But what he was doing is the guy says, "Oh, you do window tinting?" He goes, "Yeah, we have a little shop down the street that's where we do." The guy usually comes over, gives him a price, and he gets commission for doing that lead. And if you're doing that, if you can't do it yourself, get a little bit of the add-on money from somebody else that is doing it. And he probably does, I don't know, $5,000 a month on commissions, given all these companies this extra work. So, you can make money by restoring the plastic. A full Avalanche, let's say 2004 Avalanche, fully cladded. These guys are getting $350, $400 to restore that plastic, and it costs $6,000 to repair all the plastic. And what people don't know is that an Avalanche has 6 different types of plastic from 6 different manufacturers. That's why it oxidizes in different ways. So if you can get it all looking the same, it means the world to a guy that really cares about it.
My first job with Solution Finish was an Avalanche. And I want to tell you, the satisfaction was pretty amazing for myself and the customer. And man, I just went hunting for Avalanche owners back in the day, because they're just starting to fade out. All right. So young man, what are they charging? What's your average fee on convertible tops? What are they getting out of that?
Well, of course, it's dependent on the market and the customer base, but a general guideline, we say anywhere between 80 and that's, kind of dependent on the condition of the top as well. But, I think like we all kind of touched on a little bit, we're very fortunate to have a product that is so easy to use. It's quite literally a spray on application. You spray and run, and it's easy money at that point. So I guess what I was getting at is that you charge whatever you want for it, basically. But with the time spent, how easy it is, what we're just saying is why not? Why not make an extra $100? Why not make an extra $200? And I think, like we also just touched on this side, is that having all of those services available is important too. And we just ask that you add that simple thing onto your menu guide of services.
I always tell people this: if you send a customer to my shop for something that you don't do, you're not getting that customer back on anything you do, because we're going to take and give them an experience and a connection that is unreal. So, okay, last question is going to be to our operators. Okay, what's your favorite add-on service to offer and why? Jason?
all of them. I mean, paint protection film, we do a lot of different services. And as a shop, we found it, I think we have a competitive advantage because we do all this stuff. I think they're looking for a one-stop shop when somebody's buying a new car. They want to get the window tint, the ceramic coating, and the paint protection film all done. They don't want to go to separate shops. So just doing them all at the same time, especially on a new car, is a great way to get them in.
So this is going to age Jim and I, because back in the day, you know what we called that? That was our auto spa. Remember that? Yeah, that was. But believe it or not, that's pretty cool. It's pretty. No, back in the day, dude, that was like Tesla level crazy shit. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're an auto spa." We're like, "Yeah," because you did everything. So Jim, what's your? You've done so many cool things over the years. I can't wait to hear this one.
So I probably have two. I mean, paintless dent removal, because I don't have to actually physically do it and make some money, and people, the satisfaction when they pick it up, that teeny little thing that was driving them crazy, or even the big one, something like that. As far as myself, window tint, I get satisfaction out of the physical, the labor that I put into it, and the end results, what it looks like. But yeah, I mean, there's just so much. Back in the day when we were building car audio systems, that was pretty rewarding. But that market's kind of gone away.
Yeah, it has. It's funny. A lot of people don't realize this, is that back in the 80s and 90s, is that one of my second business I owned was a window tinting company. We did really well for it. We sold that company, and I didn't have a choice, because a big company, we got really big into flat glass. They just came in and said, "Hey, we're either going to buy you or we're going to put you out." And I decided that 3 months in Hawaii sounded really good. I was 27 years old. Why not? So, all right. So now we're going to go right down the line. We'll start, ladies. Where do people find you in the show? How do they get a hold of you?
Am I on? Yeah. We're in the South Upper Hall, booth 33197. We actually have a big RV cab over there, showing off our latest setting device. That's remote controlled, powered through hydraulics. Yeah,
that's
I know.
Cool. So if
cool.
if they want to go check out your systems online, how do they do that?
Equalizer.com. We have tons of videos. We try to have a video for every product that we have, and then obviously call us.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Try. Yeah.
Jason, where do they find you? You're just
you can find me at the North Hall after this. I'm going to be in the dry ice energy booth, something we didn't talk about. Dry ice, I think that's going to be a great add-on service in the future and everything. One more thing too, for all these add-on services that we're talking about, the biggest way to get customers to buy them is just to tell them about it. I think we forget that.
Show
as
them your menu.
Owners. Yeah, you just ask them. We have a lot of customers come, so we can do, but give them the opportunity and tell them about these add-on services that you're doing, and that's the best way to get the sale.
I love it. Dry ice too. So we tested out. Jim goes back in that time frame. Geez, that was like 07. We were playing with dry ice way back then. It was pretty cool. It's cool to see where it's going. It's kind of like steamers. Took a while, right?
Yeah.
It took a while to come back around. So it's cool to see you kind of going after that.
Yeah, if you want to use it in the West Hall, go find it.
Sounds good. All right. They want to come and talk convertible tops. Where do they find you at?
If you want to talk convertible tops, I'm here all day, every day, down at booth 52152. We're over by next to Nissan or so. So if you see that pretty cool looking Nissan, whatever the hell it is, we're right next to that. Generally speaking, you can find us at ragtop.com. That's 2 G's and 2 P's, RAGGTOPP.com. I guess that's really it. I just really, just to recap, just really easy money. All detailers, no reason not to do it.
There you go.
RAGGTOPP.com.
There you go. Right on. Okay, solution finish. All you got to do is look for the coolest dude on Facebook, and you found Chris West.
Well, since I don't sell directly to the public for the most part, you put in solution finish or trim restore.
CarSuppliesWarehouse.com.
It always comes up.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What'd you say?
CarSuppliesWarehouse.com.
There you go. There you go.
But
okay, I thought I heard.
But one thing I'll mention is one thing I'm really proud of, and I continue to do after 10 years. My phone number is in all of my marketing. My email address. So anybody that's getting into it, they're curious about how to make money in trim restoring, process problems. I really encourage them to get in touch with me. I can give you pro tips, show you ways to better the process for longevity, durability, appearance, and that's what I'm here for, is to help the the industry make it better in that particular field.
Right on.
Oh,
Tony.
and wait a minute. Wait.
Oh,
I got the
no.
other one. That was a stupid white one anyway. There.
Oh, look at that. You're going to add to it?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
I feel a lot more like Chris West now. There you go. Right. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
And
Tony.
that's what happens. They fall off.
Yep.
They just fall off.
First of all, I just want to say thank you to you, Detailing Success, PNS, for the opportunity to be up here.
You bet.
We're very grateful for that. And we are Dr. Color Chip, drcolorchip.com. We're in booth 51157, just a couple booths down here. But you can always find us at drcolorchip.com.
There you go. Mr. Goguen. Hey, silent giant. Jeez, oh my. Hold on. Let me try that. Hey, can I go clean my mouth with like this, dry eyes? The silent giant of the detailing industry. This guy's pushed me ahead so far, and he's a Hall of Famer and one of my really, really good friends, somebody I'm really proud of. Get a hold of you. Don't cry.
Thanks, Renny. I appreciate that. Jim Goguen, Jim's Auto Installations, Detailing Center, Ipswich, Mass. One thing, though, we talked about all these add-ons. Don't try to take them on because it's probably going to fail and you're going to get frustrated. So find out what you think's going to work in your market or what you can offer and slowly build off of that. That's probably the best approach.
There you go. Hey, before we adjourn, I need to take and get your attention. Jeremy Steven there still. I got to tell you, last night was the first time Jeremy Steven and I haven't cried at one of my events. Because usually we get together, we start sharing stories, we cry right over to the corner somewhere. So we got to find a night to cry together because we really.
I love you, man.
He's a tough dude. He's gone through stuff. Tough dude. I've gone through stuff. But we open up, and you know what we cry a lot about is that the impact we can have on people and how we want to take and make your life better and easier than ours and the struggles we've had. God's been really good to both of us. He can be even more tremendous to you guys. That dude right there owns my heart. I love sharing a tear with him. I love sharing a conversation. We go deep dive. I mean, it's like nuclear submarine deep, come up through the polar ice cap, blow it away, and give each other a big hug. We see each other a year later. But, hey, we want to thank all of you guys for coming in. This is such a dynamic, different group. I love the fact that probably some of the best advice is that you didn't start with all the high-end add-ons. You started slow. I've watched your career for the last 10 years. I watched Jim. Jim's been he's just been amazing. We were more long in the fang when we met. We were well under our in age and in our careers. I love meeting you guys. If you want to come over, you got to see the automated system. It's a pretty amazing, really cool bridges though, and the basic systems are among the nicest. That seriously, I don't say that with light heart. We've done glass repair for 20 plus years. It's a really cool system. These two guys, good friends. Thank you guys for coming in. I can't say enough good things about all of these men and women up here. We appreciate it. Hey, make sure to take in. If you're here, come seek these professionals out. If you're watching this on video, get here next year. The connection's unreal. We're going to see you back here tomorrow for one more panel. It's unreal over tomorrow. With that, man, seek these professionals out. They're good people. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. Happy detailing.